Okay. Thank you in advance to Slav. And I am going to use a consistent format of filming the video in the future. From now on, I will use a consistent format where I will find a word to start, read the word, read the spelling, and then we can do a bit of flipping and poking from there without closing the book in between. So I will keep the book open from Slav. So I'm going to do that. So this is page 933. So I'm going to close the book and then open to the page 933. And so right now the word is Slav. S-L-A-V, Slav. A member of a group of Eastern European peoples, usually subdivided into Eastern Slavs, Great Russians, Ukrainians, and Byelorusians. Byelorusians. Yeah, it says Byelorusians. So Great Russians, Ukrainians, and Byelorusians. Western Slavs, for example, Poles, Moravians, Czechs, and Slovaks. And Southern Slavs, Serbs, Croats, Slovenes, Bulgars. And then second, adjective Slavic. So, Slav. So this says Sarmentos and Sarmiento. Sarmentos, in botany, having or producing prostate shoots which root at their nodes. So this is a prune twig. Then there's a Sarmiento. This is an Argentinian person. Yeah. Above that was Sarmatian, a member of the nomadic Indo-European people who displaced the Scythians in the 3rd century BC on the Lower Don. I'm not sure what Don is. On the Lower Don. First the enemies and then the allies of Rome. They were displaced by the Goths in the 3rd century AD. And then Sarmatian, adjective of the Sarmatians or the area they inhabited. So this is a nomadic Indo-European people called Sarmatian. And then they were displaced by Goths. And then under that it says Sarmentos. It says a pruned twig. A pruned twig from Sarmentum, Latin. And then having or producing prostrate shoots which root at their nodes. So that's kind of how these nomadic groups worked, where it was so it says ruling, and then it says rule English, and it says ruling. Exercising sovereignty, predominant controlling a ruling passion. The act of someone who rules, the drawing of a line or lines, the line or lines drawn, and an authoritative decision, especially a decision of a judge or court. Ruling English language adapted so that each word has a single meaning, and each meaning a single word utilized as a set of ambiguity-avoiding rules, especially for patents and computer commands. So that is ruling English. So this one says, so it says Pharaoh, and it just said ruling. So it says Pharaoh, let's see and then it says for Pharisaic, and then it says Pharisee below it. So Pharaoh, the title of ancient Egyptian kings, Pharaonic. Then it says Pharisaic, self-righteous and hypocritical. Pharisaic, of, relating to, or like the Pharisees. Self-righteous and hypocritical. A Pharisee, a hypocrite, a self-righteous person. Pharisee, a member of a Jewish religious sect which upheld strict obedience to the Torah combined with traditional interpretations of it. The Pharisees were the opponents of the Sadducees. From Pharisee, that is from Old French, from Latin, from Greek, from Aramaic. So, yeah. Okay. And it says mummy case. Mummy case. So, and then we were just talking about pharaohs, so that's interesting. So mummy case, a case in the shape of the human body decorated with symbols in which ancient Egyptian mummies were placed for burials. So below that is mumps and mumps. And then above that is mummy, a dead body embalmed for burial by the ancient Egyptians so as to be preserved from decay. Any dead body that has been naturally well preserved, a rich brown bituminous pigment. And it comes from an Arab word. Arab word. Okay. So this one says Masora, a collection of marginal notes and criticism. Can you see Masora? Okay. A collection of marginal notes and criticism